local hurrah of a living legend, Usain Bolt's final race on Jamaican soil. Good evening and thanks for joining us for this abbreviated version of Primetime News on air and online at onespotmedia.com. I am Nadine McLeod. Also this evening, teenager and man shot in Money Musk housing scheme. There's also a Saturday Sports special within the newscast, so stay with us. The news in detail after this break. Welcome back to Primetime News and a special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com. A reminder as well that you can watch TVJ live by downloading our One Spot Media app in the Google Play Store or the App Store. That's the number one, followed by the words app, by the word spot and media. Thousands of Jamaicans are now at the National Stadium to witness another chapter unfold in track and field history as Usain St. Leah Bolt prepares for his last race on home soil. Bolt headlines the JN Racers Grand Prix Salute a Legend 100-meter race, which also has in attendance some of the world's finest athletes. And with the Olympic and World 100-meter champion taking his last run, his management team has shared details of the athletes' business plans. Speaking yesterday on Beyond the Headlines, Executive Manager for Usain Bolt, Nugent, NJ Walker, said plans include developing a specialized medical facility in Jamaica and the possible venture into another sport. Mr. Walker shares that Bolt will have a hectic schedule even after retirement.
He wants to get involved and pay more attention to his foundation, the Usain Bolt Foundation, that because of his hectic lifestyle and schedule, he hasn't gotten a chance to divulge and invest as much as he wants. So that will play a major role. And we have started discussion about developing a medical facility here because his philosophy is that a lot of athletes would get the opportunity that he has got to go to Germany and get the best health care. So he wants to bring back to Jamaica, not only for track and field, but for all sports. And then he has a lot of movie interest, endorsements. He dabbles in sports. He says he has many offers from about 6 football clubs, and it's for him to decide if he wants to do it.
Bolt will also appear later this year at the World Championship in London. And we'll have more, of course, in Primetime Sports Special and live coverage of the race. In other news, a teenager and another man were shot and killed in the Money Musk housing scheme in Clarendon last night. It happened shortly before 7 o'clock. TVJ's Kirk Wright reports.
The victims have been identified as 21-year-old Oscar Williams and 18-year-old Garth Chaplin, otherwise called Doopy. Police report that both men were walking along Shrimp Way, heading to a regular gambling spot when men traveling in a grey Toyota Axio drove up, exited the car and opened fire, hitting Chaplin and Williams. A relative says she's shocked, especially because Mr. Williams was not a troublemaker. She says she was sitting on her veranda at the time of the shooting.
I was in my veranda when I hear the noise, like gunshots, but I didn't realize it was gunshot because I thought it was bike. Then I see people start running. Then I go inside my house and lock the door. Then I call one of my neighbor, answer the phone and say, "You get shot?" Me say, "No, what's happening?" And then she's saying to me, Oscar, me see her run and he look like he get shot. So me run out of the house same time, and when I run to one shortcut beside the house, I saw him lying there on the ground.
The police say the men may have been killed in retaliation for a shooting early in the day. This is the latest incident in a spate of murders in the parish recently, including a triple murder on Thursday. Kirk Wright, TVJ News.
And we're now going to the National Stadium.
Has been an Olympic champion and a world champion in the past, Sally Pearson from Australia.
Looked like she might have broken the world record in 2011 and 12.28, her best to win the world champs in 2011. She was silver as well in the Olympic Games in 2012.
When she was world junior champion, she was then Sally McLennan, and now she is Pearson.
Then we have from lane 4, the reigning world champion, Daniel Williams.
Way back in 2010, Daniel came fourth at the World Junior Championships. The statistic that I like about Daniel Williams' best, 12:57, her personal best, was set in the final of the World Championship. She runs her best when it matters most.
Nia Ali from the United States starts from lane 5.
Person, of course, second in the World Championships 2013 to Rollins. Is Nia Ali, second in the Olympic Games, twice World Indoor Champion.
From the United States, here comes the defending champion for this event here, Sharika Nelvis.
A super fast PB of 12:34. She's the second fastest in the world this year at 12:58 and the 8th fastest in history.
Lane 7, Monique Morgan.
A star for Immaculate High School and Villanova University. She's made Jamaican teams to the World Championships before.
Nikisha Wilson runs out of lane 8.
Believe it or not, in the 400-meter hurdle, she came fourth in the World Championships in 2007. That's 10 years ago. She does have a personal best, 12:79. Made it to the semis in the Rio Olympics last year.
Juggles between the 400 hurdles and the 100 meters hurdles. The meet record here, 12.61, set by Sharika Nelvis last year. She's here running out of lane number 6. Great anticipation surrounding this event, the outcome. Sally Pearson there, a world-class competitor, trying to work herself back into shape after a serious wrist injury in 2015. Went off the boil somewhat and is looking to rediscover her pre-2015 form. Sharika Nelvis in there as well, the defending champion, 12.61 to win last year.
Has already run 12:58 this year. I think she's a favorite for this race. I have to recognize that Sally Pearson at 12:28 really was expected to do magical things. World champion in 2011, Olympic champion in 2012, Sally Pearson has done 12:74 this year. But look for big things from the lady on the screen, Sharika Nelvis.
Nelvis runs out of lane 6. Pearson, lane 3. Daniel Williams, lane 4. That's Pearson. Looking very focused on the task at hand.
You know, Bruce, Gabriella McDonald, the winner at championship, so Aidan Allen, says that Sally Pearson is her favorite athlete. I'm sure she's tuned in.
Gabrielle has run 13.1 this year. That's what she did to set the champs record here in 2017.
Women's 100 meters hurdles. Charmaine Williams, Simmons, Pearson, Daniel Williams, Ali, Nelvis, Morgan, and Wilson on the outside. World leading time 12.56 seconds, set by Kendra Harrison of the United States as they go down in the blocks.
Set.
In the set position. And off. Pearson got a good start. So too Megan Simmons. It's Sally Pearson. Nelvis has some catching up to do. Daniel Williams is trying to come forward as well. Sally Pearson inches ahead of the pack. Daniel Williams is finishing fast and furious. Oh, it's a very, very tight finish. Blanket finish indeed. Sally Pearson, Daniel Williams, and Sharika Nelvis may have gotten in there for a share as well. That's a very, very tight finish. Pearson was trying to hold on. Daniel Williams was finishing fast and furious with every single stride. And on the outside, Sharika Nelvis was finishing with a tremendous late burst as well. Daniel Williams.
This event
Sharika
tells
Nelvis
us
gets a nod. 12.78. Daniel Williams second. 12.81 seconds. So the defending champion reigns supreme for the second year running at the JN Racers Grand Prix.
Defending champion reigns supreme. And now back to an earlier story. And following the spate of shootings in Clarendon, the police say permits for social gatherings will be suspended in some communities. Several of the incidents have been double and triple killings in areas such as Farm and New Bowens. Head of the Clarendon Police Division, Superintendent Vendelin, Cameron Powell, said small bars and corner shops where several of the shootings have occurred will be ordered closed by nightfall. A 5-bedroom house in the racetrack community in Clarendon was gutted by fire on Friday, leaving 5 people homeless. The police and the fire department are trying to determine if the fire was deliberately lit. The occupants lost everything, including equipment used to do bodywork and on vehicles. The victims are accusing an elderly man as the one who may have started the fire.
Well, what what he says is that a cigarette get up for him.
Oh, he said that.
And he said drop in.
So sorry about that. The health minister partnering with the United States Agency for International Development, the USAID, in the development of a message guide for Zika communication. Medical entomologist in the ministry, Shireen Huntley-Jones, says the objective is to influence behavior change within the population and to urge persons to take actions to fight the disease. But she pointed out that while citizens have information about Zika and other mosquito-borne illnesses, such knowledge has not translated into action.
Identify these target audiences, and we have specific behavioral objectives that we are going to be focusing on, with the view that persons or these target audiences will take the necessary actions we deem important to reduce the breeding of mosquitoes in and around their homes. And so the USAID partnered with us by bringing in 2 consultants who sat with the Ministry of Health team and other external stakeholders to develop this communication guide for Zika.
The specific groups which the message will target include tire shops and fleet owners and operators and families affected by congenital Zika syndromes and other similar illnesses. She explained that tire shop operators are being targeted given that tires are the second largest breeding ground for the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which transmits Zika. The Primetime News Package continues with Saturday Sports Special right after this break. Please stay with us.